In this tutorial we're going to look at editing basics in Premiere Pro. So we've got our clips into Premiere Pro, and what we need to do now is create a sequence, because as you can see there's no sequence there, just the clips. Okay, so this is our project pane, this is where our timeline would be. So in order to create our sequence, what we're going to need to do is pick up a clip, drag it to the new items icon down at the bottom here, release it, and that will automatically create a sequence, and actually it drops that clip onto the sequence. Okay, so what we're going to do now is click on that clip and delete it, because we're not going to put it onto the sequence that way. We're going to start our edit in proper. Now this is our timeline where we're going to be editing, and this is our project pane where we can actually see all of the clips in a list if we want, but actually most of the time you're going to be using them as thumbnails, which obviously you can increase or decrease in size. And one of the nice things in Premiere Pro is that actually if once you click on a clip, a little yellow line comes up and you can actually scroll through the clips actually in the project pane before you even start. Now double click on a clip and it brings it up in the viewer, and this is where we'll start to do our actual editing. Okay, so as you can see, you can actually grab the cursor and just like using your mouse scrub it through the clip in order to have a look through. But actually the way that we're going to do this is by using the J, K and L keys. That allows you to move the footage through the clip. So L moves it forward, J moves it backwards, and K stops it. Okay, so we're using an L now, stopping it with a K, J backwards. You see how we can move the clip backwards and forwards using our fingers, just using those J, K and L keys. When you found the in point, that's the point that you want to start your clip on, you just press the letter I for in, and you see that sets your in point. Now there are other ways of doing this. We're just going to undo that. Look, there's a little button down here you can press to set your in point as well, but generally using the keyboard shortcut is going to be the way to do it. So I set your in point. Okay, we're now using the L button to move through the clip. If you press it more than once, it speeds up the scrubbing through the clip, so you can actually move through the clip at different speeds. We're now looking for the end point where we want our video to end. You see we're just using the J, K and L keyboard things to actually find the point that we want the clip to end at. And then when we find that, when we found our out point, you use the letter O to set your out point. Okay, so press the letter O. So you've now set an in point and an out point, and that tells the computer which part of the video, which piece of the video you want to use in this particular edit. And because this is the first clip that we're putting down in this particular way of editing, you're going to use quite a lot of the clip. It's almost as though you're putting the whole scene down using one clip. Now we could drag the audio only or the picture only, or we could use these buttons to insert or overwrite. But actually again there's another shortcut, and this time you use the full stop key, and the full stop key, when you press that, that overwrites the video to the timeline. So it takes the video that you set the in and out point for and puts it on the timeline. Okay. In order to make an edit, obviously we have to put in additional clips. Editing is about putting clips together. So let's select another clip, say this one, and we're going to scroll through that clip, which we can either use by moving the cursor, or we can use the J, K and L keys. And what we're going to do is we're going to look for something which is going to be our edit point. And in this particular clip we're going to use the point at which the young man starts to sit down, okay, round about here. Now obviously to make an edit point we have to match the action between the clip that we're editing in and the clip that already exists on the timeline. So we've found our point, and now we're going to scroll through the clip already on the timeline, again either using the cursor or the JKL keys, and we're going to look for the point at which the young man's action sitting down matches the clip that we're going to edit in. And let's say that it's going to be round about there. Okay, so this doesn't have to be spot on at this point. We're just doing a rough edit. We're just saying at around about this point is where we want these two clips to edit, and those points kind of match as pieces of action. So we set the in point on this clip, decide how much of the clip we want to use, yeah, and then when we set the out point, we hit the full stop again, and the full stop will overwrite the second clip over the first. So basically we've overwritten the new video at our edit point between the first and the second. Yeah. Okay, you can see how that works, and we're just like running back and forth across that edit point there on the timeline. Now, of course, when we're doing that kind of edit, we may not get the edit point precisely where we want it. Yeah. So there are tools within Premiere Pro that allow us to alter the edit point between two clips. Okay, and the one that we're going to use predominantly is the ripple tool. If you come over to the left hand side, third one down, there's a little button there, hit that, that's the ripple tool. And when we use the ripple tool, it allows us to alter either the in point of the clip on the right or the out point of the clip on the left. Yeah, so what we can do is click on it, and it brings up both clips, so you can actually see the edit point in the edit window, on the timeline window as we do it. See how that's like tightened that up, and all we've done is like dragged the edit point across slightly using the ripple tool. Okay, I'll just show you that again just so that you can kind of see it for sure. Okay, so again we bring the tool onto the edit point, yeah, and then by dragging it either to the left or right, as you can see, it actually alters the points, the edit point, the way that the relationship between the in and the out clip. Yeah, and basically once we've done our basic rough edit of putting clips on, this is how we tighten things up. Editing is basically done using this technique. Select your clip, in and out point, put it on the timeline, put on another clip at the matching edit points, and then tighten or fix the edit using either the ripple or rolling edit tools in Premiere Pro. And that's how you do a basic edit in Premiere Pro.